edition, the third day of the month of February 2025. I'm happy to be alive. More importantly, the fact that we're also building up to the 2023 election, 2027 election, I beg your pardon. And it's even very, very essential enough. If you've been around social media since morning, you would see the back and forth between the FCT minister and the Oyo State governor. Don't miss midweek politics tomorrow, 1 to 3 p.m. 2 straight hours, hardcore politics. Myself, side forward of the coalition at the ADC. We're also seeing the continuous crashing of the what used to be the largest political party on the country, a shadow of itself. This time last year, the PDP had about 14 governors, but if you check right now, they have only 4 left. 4 for Bauchi, Oyo, Zamfara, and of course Adamawa State. The All Progressive Congress has scooped 9. And the Accord Party or Osun State are taking 1. But it looks like the downward spiral movement of the PDP is not ending anytime soon. So we'll have all of those sound bites to play for you tomorrow afternoon on Midweek Politics. I'm going to be here, God willing, 120 minutes with you to dig all of those conversations. But today, we're staying at home. Staying at home means we're discussing everything Lagos. We'll look at some of the most fundamental issues that Lagosians have been raising concerns about in the last few months, and it is the identity and heritage of Lagos. Growing up as a child on the street of Surulere, even though my parents are not originally from Lagos, but I was born, bred, raised in Lagos, and I understood the culture and the history and the policy of Lagos, what stand Lagos out from every other country. I've also not been so privileged to travel to a lot of countries around the world, but I know historical countries like London, like Germany, like Brazil, they've done the very best they can to protect the identity and heritage of their magnificent. Today is going to be very open, as liberal as it can get, and Lagos itself. Housing challenge is something that blame them sometimes. The population explosion in Lagos is something that can be extremely difficult. There was a day I was watching an interview by the Honorable Commissioner of Information, Honorable Gbenga Omotosho, and I was talking about, because of where I stay, I see how those trucks come into Lagos in their numbers, and you see all of those people, undocumented. All of them just come into Lagos and then they disappear into Lagos, according to what my friend used to say. They stay. Had they actually captured in the plan for the year in terms of public utilities? Nze-jumbo about on the show today, but let's get straight up into it. Happy New Year to you first.
Same to you.
Getting you on it's a big deal right now. I mean, I understand how busy and how difficult and sometimes how congested you're very, very difficult. But it's my pleasure to have you join us on the show today.
It's always a pleasure for me being here. And
my Lagos, because over the last few years, the conversation around Omo and popular social media platform X, and he brought up that conversation of build up to the 2023 election, Otumba, and the welcome non-Lagosians in quotes now, because non-Lagosians can also be relative. I mean, if you look at certain part of the state, their National Assembly members are mostly from the the Igbo extract, and because the Lagos is always that accommodating. But again, there's something about people from Lagos. They feel like if you can survive Lagos, you can survive anywhere else. And that opportunity comes in after the COVID. A lot of states were struggling to pick up, African countries. Some of the countries that share border with Nigeria came into Lagos because Lagos gives you endless opportunities. Let's start from here. Towards the end of 2025, that conversation of dirty December, but it was very, very difficult. But talk to us about your experience within that period, because dirty December does not just involve people coming from Lagos. After 2024, the former governor of Lagos, Fashola, came out to say that about 5% of the GDP of Lagos to South Africa, to US, to Canada, to UK, people coming in to experience Lagos. How difficult?
Before I talk about that, let me go back to the issue of Lagos. Some say Lagos a no man's land. Is Lagos a no man's land? And I said to them, All my life has been Lagos. I'm the Oᴘᴇɪᴇᴍ of Aguda land. I'm the Oᴘᴇɪᴇᴍ contributing in Lagos. And when they ask me, I now use the question to answer because of something of Lagos.
Wow.
Now, does that the Emir of Kano? Can Musa Abdullahi from Sokoto be the Oba of Lagos? Can one Babatunde Yusuf become the Obi of Onitsha? If it can't happen, then Lagos belongs to the owners of Lagos. That's all of us here are Araiko, but there are Omoiko. So you can't. That's 30 December was big because I was involved. Don't forget that it was also this time that we had the Your Masquerade, and I was a client involved. It got to a stage that people were moving out of their homes, turned their homes to Airbnb, to shortlets. A lot of people were involved with escalated security measures, and it's been on ground. And if you wake him up anytime,
he responds.
He responds. So that aspect of security, if you notice, hardly did you hear of any security breach in Lagos that period, and even before then and after. You look at Lagos is breathing. Now imagine a lot of those shanties that have been demolished were still there. Imagine a lot of those houses that needed to go were still there. Out. So there is no way you look at data and not say, even the transportation models really helped, the waterways, the trains, everything. So the tourism right now, Lagos at the peak. I spoke with somebody 2 weeks ago, and he said to me, booking for December 2026 is at 60% already.
This is January. This is February.
I'm talking. I was in January when I asked to travel
in January.
In January, that is. Well, I call it that is Babajide Sanwo-Olu's Lagos, because what I would like to know, even as we speak now, his team is gathered, looking at how to expand the infrastructure facilities of Lagos to accommodate the more people that will come in, because it's not going to reduce. It will keep increasing, and it's also down that to ensure that tourists that's going to come in through December, people are booking accommodations already for December. So that's Lagos for you.
Okay, I mean, I cabbies, and then you look at the rates, you look at the surge, and you're like, can you people just finish the December and go? So our crew, let us know ourselves, because you look at the distance of probably taking like 6,000, 7,000 because of the surge, and it's the unique energy that Lagos offers. But I said something in my monologue, Otumba, that mega cities in the world, traditional cities in the world, always do the best they can to. Even the early 80s, some of the places that have become the places that have turned to this, the Lekki, the Ajah, and all of that, were places that had family environment, places where families can come out in this because of the mega city that Lagos want to welcome.
Because under Babajide Sanwo-Olu and Tokunbo Wahab change great parks. There are a lot of parks coming up in Lagos. Convenient shanties we had that had family names with them, that will not give space for the development we talk about. Look at Dubai. Dubai just some years ago was a feat of what you just described, but development had to happen, and that's Lagos. So what I major in is, my own is this: if you are going to do anything on overriding public interest, please settle the people that are going to become discomforted. Even the Bible says sometimes it's better if that's one person, since you want to do something in overriding public interest. Lagos just has to grow. I'll give an example. During this last December, 30 December, especially 3 days before Eyo, That was the night before. Then the Iᴏᴜᴜ buildings. These buildings, permit the use of my word, were kissing each other. There is no way these buildings won't come down. We are a lot of sentiments that are preventing us from doing it. And we look at it and say, man,
this is not sustainable.
This can't stay. Makoko, for example, even let me use a figure. If the compensation was 1 million, there's consultations going on. There are some people that you have an emotional attachment to a place, doesn't make it right. I do not support the discomfort of taking diseases and germs can just take over.
People sleep on kennels.
Epidemics, they defecate there as well. So it's a balanced thing. The city must develop and the people must be compensated.
So that is what will form the crux of the conversation on the show today, Otunba. And we need to relax. Then there's going to be that conversation. But I mean, that's why we're here, and that's why we have, the need for us to break these things down. The necessities and the expectations around is that we have in Lagos right now.
Well, I don't know what you mean, how chaotic and absolute. We have a serious housing deficit.
Okay.
Whether we like it or not. And it's not Lagos, it's national. And that is what is land space. Part of Lagos, water. Now we are reclaiming. Now we have areas where probably they build skyscrapers to take more people because more people need houses. You cannot have a plot of land and what you have there is a 3-bedroom hut. That plot of land can take 8 flats of 3-bedroom for them to tackle it. But in tackling it, there will be politics. There will be criticism. Some criticism constructive. Some advisory. But the kind of politics you see a former governorship aspirant come on air to say they even wanted to beat me. You and I know I won't go to such a place without a camera, without 1 or 2 people who record. And I ask the question, Mr. Gbadebo, just play us a clip or come to TV to play politics with the lives of people. I don't think it's right. The challenges are there, it's recognized, and I see an attempt to deal with it, which is what is giving birth to, like I said, the reclamations going on. And the places where we have little mud houses.
That's what you said the other time, which is compensation. Because while the Oᴘᴜᴜ demolition was at the peak last year to Oᴘᴜᴜ, and one of the things people were saying is that, okay, you want to take us away from here. Where do you want to take us to? They are saying that compensation before demolition titles and all of these are coming up. See, Otunba, it's going to be difficult to remove the emotion and the economic realities of what we're dealing with from what is happening right now. A lot of people don't, even people that claim that they're at Makoko, for instance, people are sleeping on kennels, on the same water that they are defecating. The same water is where they are cooking. The same water is what would ferry their kids to school. The same place is where barbing salon would mount and operate. The same place where they will cook and sell to people. In terms of, okay, you want to take this 3-bedroom and erect 8 3-bedroom flats, but can the people of that community afford what you are erecting in those places? How do you think the governor should handle this case of inclusiveness in terms?
Leave politics outside. Like on his own, Governor Sanwo-Olu negated what the book said. Okay, I have lived so long in this area, in this place, no length of time will change illegality to legality. If you were not supposed to be there according to the books and you'll be there for long, you still don't, and the government will say, okay, relocate to this place, take this amount of money, get yourself, in fact, a more decent accommodation
than where you are right now.
Because anything could happen in that place at any point in time. But you see, I must also say to myself, it can never be enough. Mr. Governor Joe, why don't we just go to one place and build even this one room self-contained?
I relocate them there.
And so it's ongoing. Compensations are ongoing. Ideas are coming up. But another thing you should know is this: it's also not correct when people say they came to demolish without notice. It is not true. If you check, I remember
some of these notices are 3 years, 4 years.
I remember when Tᴏᴜ started, say they didn't give us notice. You say, okay, you bring any proof to show that you were even approved from Alausa, because some people say we got approval. How do you bring it? How majority have to be catered for? The government will keep looking at ways to ameliorate the pains and the inconvenience the urbanization is taking. Definitely.
So it looks like it's a reality where Lagos is embracing its cosmopolitan potentials. The esports both happened last year, and throughout the end of the year belonged in terms of being a sport. But again, you cannot build a city. Nobody's saying Lagos should not be modernized. Nobody's saying Lagos should not rise. But you also have to know that in every classless society, Otumba, there's always a class. Agreed. But again, let's go to Oroshoki. If you're driving through the Third Mainland Bridge, it's a new departure on this and that. And I understand where the government position is coming from, even though it's difficult for me to understand sometimes. But how better way can these things be handled? The people are protesting. The people are coming up with different conversation. They are substituting court orders that stopped demolition. But these things are going on. Can it be properly handled? I'm asking you, you're within the corridors of these people, and you have this constant conversation which says that government must have human empathy now.
There's always room for improvement in anything done. Is also full of compassion and empathy, and that's why I said I brought out. A lot of people don't know that he unilaterally increased the compensation. But
I was told, I had some of the leaders of the community that the people that deserve it did not get it, but some people got it.
That's what I'm saying. Some people got another, but you see, we are dealing with the issue of compassion. We have such in South Africa, where a whole lot of people were moved. Are options that, as we grow, should not also forget. We are saying in this place we have 1,000 people, but this place can provide accommodation. In now saying we want to build it for 50,000, and again it's also time for you and I to let people know, when you have a property, please, I can tell you some. I have 1 or 2 things I'm doing. I have refused to escalate until the papers are out. I don't want trouble. So both ways, Lagos must develop, but we must not lose the place of compensation for those affected.
So let's move away from competing with countries' economies on the continent of Africa, an economy with this tremolo. How in March 2024, I did a little report with an agency. So October, even look at some weeks back, some months back, I had the local government chairman accountable, because more monies are coming to the local government. Development should start from Lagosians.
First, looking at the result available to America capital, no. Adi for more. Now, are we doing good in Lagos? Yes, we are doing good. Can we do better? Sure. We look at a situation where the local governments are getting more money. Now you come to Lagos, you see local government. These are projects that some states are doing. Lagos, the rate at which Lagos is going, the things expected, even before last week, I posted some 6 new schools. So a lot of things are in the pipeline. You know, there's a bridge coming from Ojota to Oᴑᴜ. A lot of things will spring up.
That's some project.
I'm telling you. The purple line is coming up very soon. The enhancement of what is coming, we are excited. But are we asking for more? Yes. Lagos is becoming a second world economy in a third world country. That is richer than Morocco. So when you look at the rate at which Lagos is going, Lagos economy is at a speed that is just a matter of time because you call Lagos a second world economy. Can do more. But kudos to Lagos. Kudos to what Lagos is doing. Kudos to the plans that will be unfolded by Governor Sanwo-Olu before he leaves on. A lot of things will come to light further under this government.
The bedrock of any development of Tumba is security. And for a city that never sleeps like Lagos, it means that you must not blink when it comes to providing. If you drive through Ikorodu Road at night, if you drive through Bagada at night with the electrification project, then you understand that development is not wrong. You are scared that somebody could come from the bridge and snatch. Now you're staying there.
Come and break your side
traffic robbers
and collect yours. Now what did we do? Because I was involved with this. Put them in cells, in groups, in their localities. They were the ones that we put out on the streets today. They are paid money. Many of them are called Team Nigeria boys. They are covert operations and fully out there, ensuring that either during traffic or the ones guarding their area.
Has that worked?
It has. You and I know it has worked. It has worked. There is no place where it's chaos into in Lagos. These boys are all around in information gathering, and then it can be time. What do we do? Don't worry, which is happening right now. So that's what helped in that area. That's what I said. Let me talk about it before I forget.
Yeah, and I'm proud. More secured can Lagos get, and this is what 247, like I said, is a city. And the crux of what they were talking about is improve security, improve security, improve security.
You see, security is all about technology now. Because if you look at it, with what Lagos is doing with the Lagos State Security Trust Fund, because the rate at which the welfare for the we look at other security apart, the done from the government side is being done. The state, it will be a bit more maybe different from what we have now. But even presently, we have a commissioner of police wants to play politics, and that will be dirty politics that you will not give 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. It keeps improving. The days of you and because there are times that right now. So moving what we have right now.
I'm very particular about security because I've always been of the opinion that no matter how beautiful your infrastructures are, if you like, build the funds. And so I'm always very particular about continuing to improve securing the people. Let also get the people that knows. But let's talk about another critical part of Lagos, which is the face of Lagos itself. If I open the phone line now, I have people, especially on Fridays, that calls for my shaking call, and we constantly call out those local government chairmen. That, you know what, it is your duty to keep your local government. Yeah,
what you just said now, cholera, Tᴏᴜ moves in his office, that will appreciate him, because the people will complain. You move it, Tᴏᴜ will move in because he has this same okay, shut you down for you to do the needful. Sometimes see government closing their eyes and ears to take decisions in.
And this is me calling out the local government chairman again, that some of the reports we get as regards certain places in your local government, and even when we move around, how unkept some of these places. And it's Lagos. Imagine coming into Lagos and the first thing that meets you is the stench in K2 to the Commissioner of Environment, Honorable Tokunbo Wahab. I don't know if he's you leave your house with garbage in terms of, you know, getting these things in. I've been speaking with Otoni. Is the wicked people, but will be happy with what he just said. Right? That was his campaign slogan, and when he was running for second term. Well, let's open the conversation a little bit so that people don't feel that we're the new coalition that I read, they don't slide into this, because this is election year. And when I say election year, the bulk of the doing in 2027 is just to cast the ballots, and then it's Is that changing anytime soon?
When you say opposite PC in Lagos, those that want to replace Babajide Sanwo-Olu, all of them will come out involved. ADC people not campaigning on issues. You know, when you come out with lies, all those stuff, I don't like. But it's not viral democracy if there's no opposition. I love opposition. Because the experience of 2023 have taught us a lot in Lagos that need to be spoken to in APC by APC. APC is doing it already. I don't see Lagos shaking by reason of ADC.
About that position. About we're preparing for 2027 election. Excellency Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu. 1 year, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A second world economy in a third world. How I met Lagos.
It's not there when the blind can see something. Because you see, in a long while we've not had such a compassionate, humble, yet very brilliant and achieving young man. He is someone who is like Lagos himself, will not be touched. When he said we're going to open 60-something roads within 3 months, I was like, and a Hamasi hospital. And you see the passion with which he's involved in the project.
That's some big project.
Massive purple rail. You know, when they did the water, so, and like we said, but Lagos is a continuum. We have to say, man Daju Baba Loni. Ashwaju be proud that this young man have done even better than he. And there are also some people, when they see developments, when they see solutions, they only see problems in those solutions. Yeah, that people who the Bible says will see God, they will see what Sanwo-Olu has done.
Has done biblical. But so let's now look at this very key one, and on the final note, before we start picking the calls, the success as much as I want to take from you, and I'm sure that my editor is working on certain exclusives that we have times where the people that have come out of the source and in a way maybe want to disagree a little with the source. And I'm sure you understand what I'm saying right now. Maybe governors also wanting to hold their own and, have interest in who succeeds them. But if you understand, I'm sure the people listening would know the role of certain, structure within. And it's not peculiar to Lagos. We've seen what is happening in the rivers. We've seen what happened in Plateau State. It's a mass. But what should Lagosians be looking out for in who succeeds Babajide Sanwo-Olu?
The traditional Yoruba man. Whether anybody agrees with me or not, the Yorubas understand loyalty. It doesn't mean that we don't have Yorubas who are also not who are disloyal. When the Yoruba man sees a bon, he will dobale. There's a way an elder will behave to a younger one. The younger one will say, if not that is my elder. The loyalty and omoluabi thing is not as how Lagos have moved. Ilola, then Ndubisi Kanu, all of them, ever since the succession plan has been a particular model. Has Lagos regretted it? No. Even if something says, no, why is it like this? But I need to work, because if you come into Lagos system, the template is there for his best for Lagos. We could see the things that he did are still there. So succession plan in Lagos has been the way it is. It's been of benefit to rivers. Rivers, for example, Governor Odili, who brought him in. Wike fought with Amechi, who brought him in. So
it's fighting Wike.
So maybe it's a tradition there. Like I said, the Yoruba loyalty for development, for infrastructure, for loyalty, and for Omoluabi.
Very important.
If you don't have it, Lagos will tell you we are still there. Sanwo-Olu.
Well, I think a couple of months back, Said Fuad and I, in the turning where governors have finished their second term, we're also looking at states where of the indices that we're putting on the table in terms of who comes into Lagos, what does he bring? It is this zone thing. Is this person that is coming up? Is this person that is coming up? Are you optimistic that the structure of leadership in Lagos can always do more in terms of the successor plans?
Every process needs to be, like I said, it will always be better. And the GSC, for example, in Lagos now, more people are coming into the GSC. He has raised men enough who will be able to do the things. We held the local government election in Lagos, and he was proud of what was done. He gave a special, when we had from Asiwaju, he was proud that he has raised people who could do the things he would normally have done. So Lagos have more men, better exposed now politically, who will still do the right thing for the succession plan in Lagos. Of course, we must also refer to the number one himself.
We'd have to open the phone lines, and would have to be civil with the conversation on the phone lines. I have loads of messages on Facebook and WhatsApp, and I would also like you to drop more so that we can read as much as we can. Nigeria4Change and the publisher of the Tᴏᴇ magazine. And let's even talk about the Tᴏᴇ real quick. One time I went to the Lagos State Library, and I saw copies of it, and I saw that not to be sold.
It's about Lagos, and those that love Lagos, because we have some governors who love Lagos, who have done one or two things in Lagos. So the paper will also look at it. So Tᴏᴇ is just about Lagos. We started just by another. We started. We distributed only in Ogba area, and right now it is free. What we just need is, if we have adverts, politicians who wants to be known, who wants to be heard, come over. We'll print in more copies so that it can get to more hands. By the time we are doing, like, why can't we do 100,000 copies and make sure it's on every table in Lagos, every important table? So it's been free since inception. My brother, this is the 4th year.
Wow.
I make bold to say we do not owe any staff a kobo, just like most other publications do, and we are not selling, and we are not owing anybody, and comparatively we pay well. 100,000. Now you imagine what others are on. So, and Lagos State have never one day given us a penny. I'm saying it on TV. I will be happy if the ministries, the president decide that, okay, let's put them on retainership, so that we can, the people will know more of what you are doing. A lot of DGs, a lot of commissioners are doing so much,
but it's not being known.
So, but if they let us know, we will ensure we can even increase our pagination and make sure people get to know. As we're getting into 2027, we need people to.
Some solid guy. A big shout out to you. I'm sure he's listening to the program right now. 0410. I have the publisher of the Tᴏᴇ magazine, and of course, the man behind the team. 09136000410. Let's be brief with the calls so that we can accommodate as much as we can on the show today. Hello, good evening to you. Welcome to Mainland FM Situation Room.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Good to have you join us on the show.
Thank you very much. My name is Lawat. I'm calling from Sulini.
Mr. Lawat, I think you're welcome.
I'm telling you, honestly, this is how I can do running. Nothing of them can tell me that 5 never tell what they bring them to Sulini. Then they call Sulini in New Lagos. That's the thing. We honestly, this time we come here with nothing. We are going back with nothing. What we do will remain. Wherever was building all these schools, they call it poultry. What will take the government to take care of people is people. Government by people for the people. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you. On our WhatsApp pages, yes, exactly. Hello, good evening. The phone lines are pumping into each other. Okay, I think I'll just. Good afternoon to you and the guest in the studio. My name is Victor from Shomolu. Apologies. Okay, Victor from Shomolu. Take it easy, please, let's do this. I want you all to know that people that are governing us in Lagos and Nigeria don't see things as years in Lagos is not being built since 1999 when Asiwaju was the governor of Lagos till date. Everything has been politicized to no human face. Go to Ikoyi, Lekki, Ajah and its environment. You will see gigantic buildings that they agree to. God bless you real good. Keep on always speaking the truth to the throne. Lagos State is not where it should be, but it has moved far from where it used to be. The Lagos we grew up in the early 80s is not moved them to a more befitting environment so that everybody can be proud of Lagos. Thank you very much. First off, let's go back to the phone.
Your guess has spoken well. Because if you belong to one part, you will see another thing at the other side. That is just it. And he should be prepared to get some kind of backlash this evening from our callers, because that is not our position. So our position is that Lagos should have moved more far. And if you see the humongous debt Lagos has in down, you will see. So we are supposed to move more than this. Remember, this Ojokoro housing estate, I was part of it when I was, in fact, I've gotten everything before even I initiated anything. So this has been working, so we should address that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. In as much as some of us agree with what the guest is saying on the issue of security improvement and a few industrial effort, it is almost the opposite in the issue of electricity, water supply, cleanliness of the state. Someone who will have done 10 times over what Governor Oti did with electricity in Abia, but it is really sad. There's nothing near become a mega slump instead of a mega city. Thank you very much. Abiodun from Alagbado, your guest is calling me an indigenous Lagosian. Okay, try and send the message again. I'm not sure I got it clearly. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, thank you for calling back. I think the network took you out the other time.
Yes, I've been here. I've been living in Lagos since 1998. I was here before Tinubu became
governor
in the stadium. I want you to ask your guest, and you should not dodge this question. I want to know why we don't have pipeline water, common water like this in 98% of Lagos State. We are seeing here water. Lagos is the richest state in Nigeria. So why is it that we can't have a common thing like we have not done anything?
Thank you.
I want to find out, please.
Yeah, my guess is
can we quickly just answer that? But already he himself knows he's lying. He said 98% of Lagos State does not have water. That's a big lie. With what Tokumo Hab is also in charge of everybody has access to borehole and pump water. In fact, he said 98% doesn't have water. I will tell him 90% of Lagos have access to public water. Many don't take it.
But the waters are not running into their homes.
Many don't take it. Many don't connect. A whole lot of people are not even, because they don't want to pay. They believe borehole is a one-off. So when somebody come on national radio to say 98%, he said they are not doing roads. I just mentioned here now that 60 roads were commissioned within 3 months. And many more are coming up. You and I just talked about Ojota to Oᴑᴜ Bridge.
Magbo is talking to us and he says Lagos is the center of excellence. Why is some part of Lagos thinking in terms of issue of poor refuse management? I've said this about issue of hooliganism and gangsterism during apologies, man. Okay, during election, why should area boys tell certain people not to vote in the polling unit if they are not voting for the ruling party? Why is also there no pipe? Guest has said the best he could say as an APC person, but the problem with Lagos is that the opposition have cowed themselves into thinking they cannot win election. So one party continues the rules and they do whatever they want to do for the people. Lagos is progressing, but the pace is very slow. I retired as a civil servant, and the monies we were told to pay to get low cost housing till today, 18 years after, have not been made available to us. Okay, this is a huge one, right?
That's the matter that should be escalated.
Yeah, absolutely. The other parties can't hold a meeting in Lagos anymore because of hoodlums and touts that does attack them.
But that's not true.
I was going to ask you, Otumba.
That's not true.
We've seen allegations now. Allegations from political to the really.
As I was coming right now, I saw ADC banner in a meeting somewhere in the Keja. They're having a meeting as we talk now. So who is disturbing them? People just come up with something even within APC to APC. There are times one group wants to hold meeting and there are issues. So it's not about Lagos does not encourage that. We cannot rule out some incidents here and there, but that part of Lagos we speak out that see evidence. We wanted to have a meeting and we were.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, good evening. This is Nick from Badagry. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I will just say briefly that your guest has spoken about his paymasters. I'm not talking about it. She gets me. The Gbadi Boros is talking about it's more Lagosian than him. You understand me? If the Gbadi Boros is advocating for something in Lagos State, it's from his heart, not from a paymaster point of view. You understand me? See Lagos that we are here, we're supposed to be enjoying more than even every state in Nigeria. But where is everything? It's coming to talk about politics and that. Please, let me tell you something, man. You'll be there for a period of time. You can't be there forever and ever.
I want more joy to Lagos. Say I'm doing the work of my paymasters. Even you talking, you sound like
response to this session I'm having today. We've had Architect Gbadebo's Viva join us a couple of times on the show, but I have a feeling that there's going to be a repeat of that session very, very soon. Kayode from Ikotu is saying, it says that it's quite unfortunate that the current wave of population explosion was of residential area to commercial area. I was part of the officers who carried out the property identification exercise in the year 2000. All the residential houses in Aɗeniyi Ogunsoya, Bode Thomas and others have respectfully been compromised to commercial. Nearly all the houses in Lagos Island are now for commercial. Something needs to be done. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
You're welcome.
I greet your guest in the studio.
Prince Wise.
Yes, you know me. I'm sorry,
I'm with you, Prince Wise.
I'm greeting your guest, Otuba.
good afternoon.
May God bless you.
Bless you, Baba.
You know why I'm so in love with you? If you are not in Yoruba and you are Otuba in Lagos, I really appreciate you. See,
Benny.
because anybody that is present in Lagos, beyond Lagos, but also what you said at that time, Aḍɪryɪ̀ṛɪ̀ᴏ ò ní lọ jẹ́ ōgbófìrìṣà. Àgàfẹ́. When you know, when you are in Rome, you behave like a Roman. If you want to live in a community, then you are hearing your voice. Any party you belong to, you can belong to any party. What I'm concerned about is your relation with the people you live with. If they cannot make you Otuba, it means the relation is very cordial. That's what I want Nigeria to be.
Thank you, Prince Wallace.
God bless you.
Thank you very much. Steve Offer from Ijanikin says, please let your guests come and point out how many compounds between Ojo and Badagry that have where to connect public water from. How can any being refuse to connect to clean but rather spend money for boreholes and fuel? Okay, that's Steve Offer from Ijanikin. Hello, good evening. I'm coming, Otumba. You respond to that. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me doing? And I thank your guest. I just want to say one thing or the other about Lagos. Lagos, the way Lagos is, it's not because the governors are performing very well. What happened in Lagos is that the presence of federal government have been what has been helping the government. Tell me what the state governments have done, including Asiwaju himself. The Tağ Bridge, the railway lines, Ogun State doesn't have them. Ogun State doesn't have them, and that is why they are not like that. The presence of the government, right from the colonial to this time, any good road to applying, those major roads, tell me whether it's the Lagos State that built them. So they are benefiting from what has been there from the federal government. Your father built house, then you are painting it. You are painting it. You are saying you are happy that you are doing this thing. The person who built the house, my vehicle broke down, and with my wife, a lot of the area boys just came, about 10 of them, swap on me. Is that not the work of the state government? Did you stop them? But then you come here and you are defending
something. Here on this axis, I had to personally send a message to mistakenly developed faults. Only God knows where those boys used to come out of. But last week, Wednesday or so, I saw that they arrested about 300 of them across Lagos and they sentenced them to street.
Because we've had this.
They should continue to pack them.
They are packing them right now. They should
continue to pack them. So, they are serious danger to them.
Because there was federal presence. When did the federal capital move to Abuja? How many? When presence of federal government was here? And what has happened since I showed myself? I've never said the whole of Lagos. Now that might just be one area that in this my area, please, and let action be taken. But you see, some don't even want to have, so that they can have something to say, all because of politics.
Otuma, let's talk about Agbero in Lagos. To Gbadebo revival of the Labour Party, to Mr. Funsho Doherty of the ADC, to the Accord Party candidate. We had about 11 governorship candidates join us on the show Ballot 23. One question I asked every single one of them is this: why does Lagos feel helpless with Agbero? Otuma, I'm asking you the same question.
Sometimes also we also make up our mind not to look at present day realities. This question has been coming up over the past, let's say, 20 years. In lot of, let's say, 15 years ago. No. So it's a work in progress and it's improving. Most of those Agberos have been gamefully bring all those opposition people. They will still talk about Agbero
because they're still still with us. Because if you I take public transport, so for some of us that use public transport,
they disturb their fellow
to the bridge, the Oshodi. You will have up to 8 to 10 spots where they are collecting 100 naira, 200 naira, 200 naira.
Is it
from commercial drivers, and it bounces back on the people.
See, you see, that's why I want us to situate our discussions. Now, Askars, Vanna, hooligans who were attacking the people, they will stop you. Those are the ones I'm talking about. Now, this it's something that you and I should not look at. Okay, should we report to Labour Congress? Because they are under Labour. They are under the Labour Congress. Snapbacks, which I keep saying have drastically. So the part of the ones that stop vehicles to collect their dues from their drivers and conductors, maybe that, and the states through their agencies made sure no Agbero was on the major road, that might too down. But do you know people called to say, what is happening? Our bus drivers refuse to pass that main road, that they are passing inside
the street
or Amuwo or Dofi, enter where the Agberos went to wait for them to collect their dues. So say, okay, you don't come and pay. So that's why we now say, okay, we must find a way for them. The one I'm talking about that has reduced is the Agberos that disturb the people, do this, do that. But for those transporters, I think it's time to talk to NURTW under their new leadership of Zego and his own team.
Well, because sometimes you get, and because I usually have free days, and because at the end of the day, it is the passengers that will pay for it. Because if a distance that is supposed to take you maybe 1,000 naira, and then you already pay like 300 or 400 naira to Agbero, the driver would also have to maintain the car in case he's not the owner of the car. Would also have to give returns at the end of the day. I agree with you.
We have to look into it.
Otuma, it's been an amazing session on the show today. They'll show you the phone line. Can you sell off the loads of messages that we have here? But that's how much people want answers to questions about Lagos. Very much, Otuma, for being my guest on the show today. I don't know when else I'm going to say, but I have a feeling that election is coming. So there will be a lot of constant conversations like this on the show. Thank you. Your parting shot before we say our goodbyes on the show today, Otuma, quickly.
Let's go on. Lagos must develop. We must build better houses for more people, but at the same time, the state will look at issues of serious complication and will settle some of these people. That's my parting shot for today.
Thank you very much. We know I will always quickly pour it in the gutter, and then you think the refuse will go somewhere. It's going to block somewhere, and they will come out and say Lagos is smelling. Let's fix Lagos, and the government would also have to do their own part. Thank you so much. And my guest, the president, Team Nigeria4Change, in a lot of public places, the library, the secretariat. You would love the contents that they always give. Thank you, Oᴘᴇ. Next up is Mainland FM Global News at 5:30, and I will come back. The big one tonight, the second leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final at the Emirates Stadium between Arsenal and Chelsea. All of those and more by 6 p.m. Stick around. My name is Oᴘᴇyémi. Oᴘᴇyémi. I can have a beautiful evening.